"I don't know if this is a bore or a log," one team member remarks, closely examining a large wooden object just uncovered in the muddy terrain. The dimension of that is roughly what Fred described. This observation sparks interest. Could it be a sign they're getting close to something significant? It could be evidence that we're getting close to finding the wall. Another voice echoes cautiously, "Could be." With curiosity growing, the team decides it might as well be taken out to take a better look at it. As the team continues investigating the northernmost region of the Oak Island swamp, they have just unearthed a large timber, potentially man-made. Its size and shape are striking. It is roughly what was described, 10–12 inches wide, someone notes, comparing it to records from the past. The discovery becomes even more intriguing when the team begins to suspect that this timber might not be a random piece of debris, but rather part of a wall or dam. This theory traces back to the late treasure hunter Fred Nolan, who strongly believed that such a structure had been constructed long ago with a clear purpose: to artificially create the swamp and hide something beneath it. Could that piece be a part of the wall? The idea lingers in the air. "Clean it up a little and take a look," comes the suggestion, as muddy hands begin to wipe away layers of swamp grime. As the excavation continues, based on all the findings so far from the northern part of the swamp, one thing becomes increasingly clear: everything keeps leading to more and more strange work. Nothing feels accidental. Suddenly, someone calls out, "A really big rock is also discovered down there." It's not alone. As they dig deeper, the scene becomes more complex. It begins to feel like someone purposely dammed off this area long ago, perhaps to control water flow, or more intriguingly, to hide extensive underground digging. This might be a clue. The discoveries pile up literally. Even more big boulders are found down there, someone notes with growing excitement. The idea that Mother Nature arranged them this way is quickly dismissed. It seems all these boulders were deliberately put in place, not by Mother Nature. The previously found timber and now a line of 3 boulders appear positioned with careful intent. They do appear placed with intent and purpose. Another voice points out, "There's lots of wood here." "A bunch of wood," someone else echoes, and then an observation that changes everything. Possibly something important. One log in particular seems to tie others together. It's forming a kind of wall. That realization lands heavy. That's a clue. A wall made of boulders. Could it be linked to the long-speculated man-made dam that Fred Nolan reportedly uncovered in this very region of the swamp back in the late 1960s? The evidence is stacking up, though it still doesn't fully make sense. But if it is true, someone ponders, it may have been built to conceal multiple treasure caches, just as Fred always believed. The swamp itself appears to have been heavily manipulated in numerous ways. Roads, paths, ramps, paved areas, and even stone roads have all been found. The next major reveal would be if there truly is a wall associated with all this manipulation on the north end of the bog. One team member suggests, if Fred Nolan was correct, this could lead to answers to the Oak Island mystery. Then comes another breakthrough. Another big boulder is spotted right alongside the others, and it's not randomly placed. It's forming a pretty straight line with matching elevations. This kind of precision doesn't happen by chance. Someone did a tremendous amount of work in this swamp, one of them states, gazing over the landscape, and large parts of it still remain unexplored. That leads to the most important question yet. Who did all this? There's definitely something here. A new discovery. A bit of a log is found pinned against a rock. At first glance, it might seem insignificant, but then comes a key detail. It seems cut, not broken. Clearly an axe cut, not made by a chainsaw. That kind of craftsmanship speaks to an older time. That piece should be saved, one of them insists, especially if something meaningful is uncovered. It would be a perfect test subject since it is part of the structure. The top of the structure is carefully scraped off. The bog, it seems, is beginning to whisper its secrets. The bog has a story to tell, someone says thoughtfully. Fred Nolan certainly believed that. He spent a lot of time trying to reveal secrets. And when he first spoke of a wall in the north end of the bog, he was sincere. The team holds on to the hope, hopefully, that wall will be found. Soon, it begins to appear, an alignment forming. If they can find another boulder alongside this one, it could confirm that something was, without a doubt, constructed here. Something definitely went on in this area. The what is that? One team member wonders, pointing to a peculiar structure uncovered during excavation. Is that to keep that from intruding on the workspace? Another offers a different theory. Or is this to prevent water from coming in until the wall is built? Then you could control the water in and out. The team is full of ideas, but one thing is clear. But it's all speculation until the wall is found. Despite the uncertainty, there's a strong belief that a wooden wall is hidden somewhere in the area. Maybe there's a tie-in somehow, one suggests, hinting at the potential connection between the structures they've uncovered. From the top of the spoil pile, the team notices something that really stands out: a line of big boulders that come to a point. And then there's a little offshoot of boulders veering away. It looks like some kind of wall, but it's difficult to say for certain. That's why it's important to have someone come out and pin all of these, pin the orientation, pin the elevation, and take a good look at it. A message is sent to bring in expert help to assess the layout and determine the exact nature of the structure. With this new insight, a plan starts to take shape. Nothing found in the north end of the bog should be dismissed, someone says. The real objective is still to find the wall. A proper survey could reveal relationships between this structure and other constructs scattered across the swamp. When the expert arrives and examines the area, the structure becomes clearer. The layout is evident: a line of 3 large stones, and possibly more hidden beyond. It begins to resemble a seawall, exactly how one would close this swamp off. They note, seawalls are structures designed to protect coastlines from ocean waves, tides, and storms. Typically, they are built out of boulders, concrete, or wood, and are used to safeguard man-made structures like wharfs or docks. You guys have done a great job of uncovering it, the expert praises. If this feature is indeed a seawall or dam, the team wonders, could it be part of the same wall that Fred Nolan discovered years ago? A line of boulders this size wouldn't take long to pile up and create a blockade enough to form a swamp, one of them surmises. If it was used as a dam, is it possibly the same feature marked on the 14th century Templar map that was shared back in 2016? The connection between these boulders and the wall remains uncertain, but there's hope. There's a wish to know whether there is a connection between these boulders and the wall. It's possible. The idea that this could be the wall mentioned by Fred Nolan ties back to the earlier reference to the map and the term barrage, which means a dam or barrier. Proving that would be incredible, one person muses. It would reinforce the belief that something significant was seen, and affirm the legitimacy of the map. With all of the features uncovered, it becomes clear that they need to be plotted together to see if they align. It's a unique alignment and would be difficult to dismiss as nothing, one of the team members remarks. This is definitely a something. The team feels a surge of anticipation. If it truly is a seawall, one member suggests, then together, it might be possible to figure out what it means or doesn't mean. The team holds their breath, hoping for the breakthrough they've been seeking. Fingers crossed.